Startups are always great because all they're starting with, hey, we're excited, we have this, we're going to be great, we're going to change the world. So that optimism is always great to see. And also, they also need a lot of support on the legal side and the other sides as well. And I think the highest, it's more like the mid size, because everybody else will have their internal team and, would use a larger firm for consulting. So typically it's a startup to about, small bordering the mid-sized firms that we target.
That's excellent. And do you operate nationwide?
No, because we do legal consulting and
Hmm.
actual legal work, and to be fair to and equitable for us, we typically operate within Washington D.C. and California only
Okay.
the states that we have licensed attorneys, because we have attorneys wearing both hats, and we don't want to be caution, you're getting in trouble with unlicensed practice of law.
And so, where do you see policy changing that would either have a positive or negative effect on these younger tech firms, which you are advising either under DC policy or California policy?
I think with this new administration, everything is up in the air. We don't know what may or may not happen. But I think I am looking towards positive legislation. That's because I think there's somewhat of an inclination that the new administration is more geared towards technology and advances with some of the relationships that I are being upheld as public with the administration and other larger companies that I don't necessarily need to mention. So I think it's gonna be, I think things are only gonna get better in that sense, in allowing more I guess transparency. I think we fear what we don't understand. We fear what we think is gonna take our job and take away the certainty of what we've done every day. And I think to the extent that this administration or certain policies allow for more transparency and things are being upheld to the public in a greater way, then it's going to be becoming the norm, and that will allow people to be able to take that plunge, including myself.
I hope so. I'm more cautious of an idiot behind the wheel of a car than the car itself, if you know what I'm talking about as a metaphor for the technology.
Hmm.
So, if you were in the strategic position to advise, in terms of policy to some of these larger AI firms, what would sort of be that first angle you would attack? What's the first thing you start advising on? Say, like, strategically, this is the direction we need to move in.
I think emphasis on education, you cannot go wrong with that.
Mm,
I think you want to over educate. And to the extent that people see, the familiarity, right? The more you educate, you see so much about something, then it becomes part of your normal, right? Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah, it's normal. Versus, oh my God, this thing again, it just popped up and then it's disappeared. I don't know what it does.
right.